Warning, you are now entering the madhouse. Butt sex, cursing, racial comments, and sexual content. If you are prepared for the insanity and joy, don't forget to subscribe for more bumfuckery.
Welcome to the place where you're in the camera and I'm on the screen. I'm your host, Emid Gray, and we're back with a very different video today. And what is that video, you might ask? This is my bucket list video. Yeah, I said a bucket list. I'm not dying, I'm not going away, but I wanted to set a bunch of long-term goals that I want to complete before I die. And put them down not only in ink, but carved into a piece of wood. And I think that's a really cool way of doing so. So that's what this video is. What you're going to see is a sped up version of the process to get to the final product, which I'm currently holding in my hands. So this is my bucket list video. And what is a bucket list? Bucket list is a set of things that a person sets out to do before they die, or something happens, or they get old, or whatever the case is. That's what a bucket list is. What does a bucket list mean to me? It's a set of goals that are kind of out there, but reachable with years of work and stuff like that. So that's what the bucket list is to me. Now, should you make a bucket list? That's completely up to the person. I think the way my brain works, and I've talked about it in my New Year's video this year a lot. Setting long-term goals and setting short-term goals and immediate goals and stuff like that, and really pathing out a way to get to your goals is the only way you're going to achieve your goals, in my mind anyway. There are other ways too, but to each their own. This is my way of doing this. So a bucket list for me is a set of goals that I will complete, and it's really solidifying them as a set of goals that I will reach someday. So that's what this is to me. Now, what it is to you, it's your own thing. And do I recommend doing this? Absolutely. So the way I did it is I went about and really thought about the things I wanted to do with my life. And then I thought about what would be a cool way to immortalize this that I won't fucking lose it. Like, if I write it on a piece of paper, I'm going to lose it. And this way I thought, hey, I used to do woodworking and wood burning in high school, so I still have the kit and stuff and I haven't done it in a while. Why don't we do that? So that's exactly what I did. And I think it came out pretty cool. So if you want to get more in-depth on what on how to complete goals and how to reach goals like this, or how to set goals or change your life, watch my New Year's resolution video, which went up earlier today. Or later. I don't actually know what order I'm releasing all these videos in, but it should be up by the time this is up. So be sure to check that out. I go in depth on how I have reached most of the goals I've set out to do in the last 5 years or so. So be sure to check that out. It's really interesting. Kind of delve into the mind of a person. But for now, we're here to talk about my bucket list. So let's go down the list in order. The first thing on my, I'm going to discuss why these things are on my bucket list. That's kind of why I'm doing this. So the first thing on my bucket list is hold $1 million. What I mean by that is I want to hold $1 million, whether it's gold or cash or something else, in my hands. It's tangibly worth that. That's something that a huge majority of people who have ever lived never got the chance to do. I want to do it. Just once. So that's why that's there. The second thing on my list is climb Mount Everest. Now, I've always been fascinated with hiking and climbing and things of that nature, and Mount Everest is the highest point on the earth. And I think to be at a point when you look down at the rest of the world and see the world for what it is, above everything, I think that would be beautiful. If only to see it once. I would love to see it. So that is why that's on the list. The next thing is perform for 100,000 people. Now, as you may or may not know, I am an entertainer, comedian if you will, and also a rapper. And whether I'm good enough or not to perform in front of that many people, only time will tell. But it's something that I want to do before I die, and it's something I'm passionate about, so I hope that I will be able to reach that someday. The next thing there, going right along with the previous, is drop a studio album. What I mean by that is a budgeted, well thought out production album, studio, whether it's studio quality or produced by a studio. I want to do that someday. The next thing on my list is the next two things on my list. We're going to put them in one so I can talk about them at the same time. Is meet Eminem and meet Linkin Park. And it's kind of hard to meet Linkin Park with Chester Bennington's passing, but all those guys are still heroes to me. And the same thing with Eminem. So the story behind me musically is that the first musical influences I had, the first one was Eminem and the second one was Linkin Park. And they're the only two artists, or the only two musical influences that have literally been able to talk me off of the edge of a cliff when I was down and get me back in a proper state of mind. And for that, I'm forever grateful. And I hope I get to reciprocate that gratitude someday in person to those people. That's why that's there. Next one is gain 1 million subscribers. No matter what channel I do it on, I want to hit that 1 million mark. And I hope I do it. I really hope that I can continue with YouTube and my longevity is good enough that I can get to that point. Or at least in striking distance before I die. YouTube's something I've been passionate about for a long time, and it's something I'm making a real push for. And I hope I get there, and I hope I can look back at this video and say, wow, that happened. The next thing on my list is dive with sharks. Now this is something I've always wanted to do. I've always been fascinated by sharks, especially great whites. I think they're beautiful, complex creatures and they're remnants from a time that mankind was not part of. I think that's cool. And I think they're misunderstood, and I think they're awesome. And I really want to dive with them someday. That's why that's on there. Skydive, I think this is on a lot of people's bucket list. I want to eventually get my skydiving license, which is what I should have put on there. But I really want to go skydiving someday. And the next thing going along with the skydiving is base jump off a skyscraper. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to base jump off the tallest building in the world, which is the Burj Khalifa or the something Khalifa, something like that. Anyway, but I want to base jump one day off of a skyscraper. I think it would be cool. Maybe I'll do it off of a couple someday. Who knows? So that's why that's on there. I think I like adrenaline. I like going fast. I like being up high. I like doing things that would, you can get you killed. So it's always fun for me. And I think that would be just an awesome rush. And I would love it. The next thing on this list is get married. And this is something I don't see myself doing in the near future, but I want it. Until I was put in a position where I was almost to that point, I never knew I wanted it. Now it's something that I crave very deeply and hope to see one day. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but for now, it's there. But I'm not in a rush. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The next one is have a radio hit. Have a song of mine on the radio. I think that's just the kind of ultimate dream for a musician or an entertainer, to be heard by the world. I think that's just one of those things that just goes along with the territory, and I hope it happens someday. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, oh well. The next thing is restore my Nova. Now I have a Nova hatchback, and I'm terrible with numbers, so I can't remember the year exactly. It's an old muscle car, beautiful one, and it belonged to my sister. So, and it's been parked ever since the engine was blown. Just after I was born, so 20 years, give or take. So it's safe to say it's got its fair share of issues, and it needs a lot of love and care and elbow grease. But one day, whether I pay to have somebody else do it or I do it by hand myself, I will restore that car, and it'll be on the road again. It'll be beautiful. Now the next 4 things go along with each other. Everyone puts traveling on these bucket lists, and for me, there's only a few places in my head that I would have to visit before I die, and that's Dubai, just because I think it'd be an awesome experience, especially to go if I'm financially well off enough to have a great time in Dubai. I think it would be an amazing experience. Egypt, because I've studied Egyptian culture and ancient Egyptian culture for years and years and years, and I want to see it firsthand. Vatican City, because I for those of you who don't know, I am Catholic, and I do believe in God, and I would love to see the center of the religion and everything with my own eyes. And I think it'd be an amazing experience and an unforgettable one. And the last one on the list is the most important one to me. And this isn't the order. I'm reading them in a different order in my head, but I put an order of importance in my head and just order of what came to mind on the board. So this last one that I'm talking about is Spain. And Spain is a really special place for me. It's where my family comes from. 8 generations back or so, 9, somewhere around there. My great-grandfather back then had almost 30 children who spread all over the world. And I still have family members there that don't know I exist, and I know they exist because of genealogy and stuff. And I want to return there and explore the whole country, really, but most importantly, Barcelona and Madrid, Spain, because I think it'd be amazing to kind of return to the land where I came from, and I think that'd be interesting and be awesome. And the last thing on the list is to finish this list. I hope one day I can cross that one up. Who knows? It may happen, it may not. I may look back at this one, I'm 90 and wow, could have thought of some better ones there, Emid, you fucking idiot. Or I could look back at it in 20 years and say, whoa, I finished all of them and I need a new list. So, wherever life takes us, let's go on this journey together and enjoy it and share it with the world. And with that, here's the final product. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, new to the series, make sure to subscribe down below. If you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to comment down below, and maybe I'll do it on my second channel, so be sure to subscribe to that as well. Don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss a post of anything that I put up on this channel. And I will see you all in the next video of whatever I make. Ta-ta for now. Now I'm out.